Good evening, everybody. Uneducated Economist here. So I have to apologize. The last video I put out where I was talking about how Tunisia is the first central bank to issue a digital currency, that was incorrect. That is not accurate at all. Tunisia has come out with a statement saying we are not issuing a digital currency. We have no intentions on issuing a digital currency anytime in the near future. They say they are working on issuing a digital currency, but that they have no plans to release one by any means. So I'm sorry, guys. It was originally reported out of a Russian news agency, TSS. They had reported that the workings of a digital central bank currency was going to be coming out. Other people picked up on it. I think it was more of a pump and dump scheme that has taken place on it, because the price of that particular, I don't even want to mention it now, but that particular token really, skyrocketed after that. And I should have known something was up by the way the article was written, but it doesn't really negate the fact that central banks are working towards a digital currency, and that is pretty common place right now. If you go and you look at some of the articles that the Federal Reserve is now looking for a manager of cryptocurrencies, these are legit articles. France, the ECB, China, all these central banks are looking to research and develop digital currencies to incorporate into the system. The idea of a central bank digital currency is very much alive and well. The Tunisia story, completely inaccurate. So I'm not one to pretend like it didn't happen. If I find information that I know is inaccurate, I'm going to come right out here and tell you guys. I'm not going to try and run and hide from it. Now, I did find an article that was written by Brenda Go, and she reported this for Reuters. So this is a legitimate article, but it was rewritten by Mario Ritter for this publication here. It's called Learning English. And now I went and I looked for some of the Reuters articles talking about this to try and find this article, but I couldn't find the Reuters article that talked about exactly this. But I did find where most of this information was written inside of those Reuters articles. So I'm going to go with this one being fairly legit from a legitimate news source, even though I don't know if Learning English is actually a legitimate news source. I would just say that the words written down here are fairly accurate. But I thought in here was pretty interesting because they quote Q Jin, is the professor of London School of Economics, and this is what she had to say. There is a consensus around the world among central bank governors and governments at large that they want to have control of the money and money supply. She added that the strong desire for control is probably more unique in China than anywhere else. Now this I don't know exactly what his first name is here, but they call him Mu here from the, actually, hold on. Cheng Chung is the head of Chinese Central Bank's digital currency research. And this is what he had to say. He said that the digital currency would strike a balance between anonymous payments and classified supervision. He said the goal is to prevent illegal financial activities, with the officials able to watch for such activities by studying huge amounts of information. Once we analyze these transactions, use big data and data mining technology, and conduct identity comparisons, we will be able to find the culprits, he said. So talk about tracking and tracing. They're all about that. I mean, he comes right out and says it. This is what we're going to do. Now, the people on social media did question it, and they go on to say here that one of the, okay, here we go, I'm sorry. But people on social media sites such as Weibo have expressed a mix of feelings. Some say digital currencies could prevent corruption, but others are concerned. One user asked, "What will happen to my freedom to build wealth, my secrets, and safety?" So there is a lot of concern out there about these cryptocurrencies, and there is no doubt about that they are able to track and trace and tax and do all the other stuff that's real scary about cryptocurrencies. the news that comes out about these things isn't exactly clear, and going to all the alternative sites to try and find what people are finding out there and talking about sometimes leads you to find some false information. And this one here I found to be a legitimate source. I think the information inside of that was a lot clearer and more accurate. So like I said, guys, I'm sorry about the Tunisia. There's no central bank right now that is issuing a digital currency. It looks like China is really interested in doing a digital currency, along with the Federal Reserve and pretty much all the central banks out there. So anyway, uneducated economist. I'm going to post this video, and then I'm going to post another video tonight right after that, the one I really wanted to do, instead of making up for, the false information that I had presented in my last video. So anyway, ramblings from the uneducated economist. Come back and see my next video. You guys let me know.